Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How's everybody doing today?
Good, thanks.
Doing good? Okay, so my name is Cindy London, and I'll tell you a little bit about me. I am a speech therapist, licensed and certified, and a goals strategist. I've been a speech therapist for over 25 years and have helped people in various levels of need in nursing homes, in home health, in schools, in rehabilitation clinics. And I get it that people are in different spaces in different times of their lives and have different needs. And that's how I got into life coaching and into goal strategy, doing the goal strategist work that I do. So what I want to talk to you today is about, I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you, what is that part of you that is yearning to get out? What is that hidden part of you that wants to be heard, that says, listen to me, can't you hear it? I want something else. I want something better. Do you all know what I'm talking about? Yes? Do I hear? Yes? Yes?
I feel pretty out there.
The message is aching to come out. And if you're feeling frazzled or disorganized or discombobulated or anxious or depressed, you have a part of you that is aching to be heard. And that part of you is your heart and your soul. Do you know how to listen to your heart? Anybody? Do you know how to listen to your not a stethoscope. No, that's boom, 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 boom. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. The scientists have done a study, and they came up with this really interesting result, and that is that we live a cluttered life. That a lot of us have 80% of our time is used on just doing survival kinds of stuff, going to the grocery store, running the kids to school, whatever, doing the yard work. And that 20% of the time is used only for what we are gifted to do, what we are created to do, what our Creator put us here to do. And that's only done 20% of the time. So guess what, guys? If that is the truth, then we're missing our lives. Yes? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Do I hear a yes?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. So I just want to make sure you're awake. Okay, so there is the magnificent you, and then there is, I have a cold, so sorry. There is the magnificent you, and then there is the little you, the small you. How many of us are living in that small space? And how many of us are too afraid to go into the magnificence of who you really are? I was really good at living small. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. I went to school, I got good grades, I went to college, almost killed myself, got good grades. Had to take medicine so I wouldn't run to the bathroom when I was taking tests. But I did it because I thought this is what I was supposed to do. I made the dean's list, I got great grades, I graduated with honors, I did everything I was supposed to do. Then I went to graduate school. Again, had to take the medicine so I wouldn't run to the bathroom when I was doing tests. And I became a speech therapist, and I thought, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to help people, and this is good. And then I got a job. I got certified, I got a job, and I worked in the schools. And I was doing paperwork and meetings and IEPs and reports and data taking, and you know what? This was not what I wanted to do. This was not who I was. This is not filling me up. And I thought, but people would say, Cindy, you have arrived. And I thought, man, I think I missed the boat. This is arriving. I didn't like going to sleep at night because the next thing I had to do was wake up and go to work. And that's true. It's not because I didn't love the children. I love the children, but I didn't feel like I was really helping them because I was running so much, seeing children every 20 minutes in groups. So I had 3 groups an hour. Was crazy, and I didn't feel like I could make an impact, and that's who I am. I want to make an impact on people's lives. So it took a long time for me to hear that in a way that I could listen. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It took a long time, and so finally I got sick, and then I had to stop working. So if you don't listen to that part of yourself, you will end up getting hit by a 2x4 and maybe get sick. So you need to know who you are. You need to know who you are. Be who you are. Don't be who your parents want you to be, who your spouse wants you to be, who your kids want you to be, who your culture expects you to be. I was being who my culture expected me. I went to school. I did everything right. Guess what? It didn't work for me. I wasn't happy. But I had a job, but I wasn't happy. So how do you get to know who you are? How do you get to know? There's lots of different ways. Deepak Chopra talks about how your mind, your monkey mind. Have you ever heard that expression? Your monkey mind? He says that your mind is like a drunken monkey, and it jumps from one branch of the tree to another, one to another, to another, to another, to another. And that's exactly what our minds do. That's exactly what our minds do. And if you try to think, to listen to those thoughts, they will make you crazy because they're all over the place. So the idea is to listen, to learn how to listen between the thoughts. And that is your heart speaking to you. That is your soul speaking to you. That's the sacred place in you. So, and he also talks, Deepak Chopra, I really love him, he talks about there are 4 forms of intelligence. One is being, one is feeling, one is thinking, and then one is doing. So from the being place, you are being who you are, and you're being authentic, and you're being true. And then from that space, you get into feelings, and you're feeling compassion and empathy for people. And then from that space, you go into thinking, and it is reflective thinking, not reactive thinking. Okay, so something happens and you go, oh my God, that's reactive thinking. Reflective thinking is, oh, okay. Let's have some more information. And then from that is the doing. Then you do. Do you see the difference, how it flows differently if you're in the space of contrivance and not who you are, and what happens as you show up and the way you do is going to be different than if you're in the space of authenticity. Do you see the difference? Guys, yes, no? Maybe so? Yes, okay. So I have someone I want to talk to you about. Her name is Sally. Let me say her name is Sally. She's a graphic artist, and she's from the Midwest in a small town. And she moved into the big city, and she became a graphic artist for a big corporation. And she was very successful, made lots of money. But you know what? Was she happy? She was not happy. And she thought, why am I not happy? And she did a lot of introspection, and she realized she wanted to help the little guy. She did not want to help the corporations. She wanted to help the little guy. So she moved back to her hometown, and she works with small business owners. And she's very successful. And more recently, we worked together because she was so successful, she could not get all her projects done. And so we worked together to get her accountable and to get time management going and to get everything done. And now she is just launched her passive income project. So, and she's very successful. So, but the thing is, you have to listen to your own voice. You have to listen to your own heart. And it's a progressive thing that happens. It doesn't just happen one time and you're done, because things change. So I'm asking you right now, what is it inside of you that is waiting to be birthed? What is it that's saying, listen to me, let me out, let me do it? Is it a corporation that's waiting to be birthed? Is it a project? Is it ideas? Is it a partnership? Is it a divorce? Is it a marriage? Is it redecorating a room? Is it poetry, a painting? There's something inside of you that wants to be birthed. What is it? What is it? And when you do that, you're giving your gift to the universe. And then you're showing up. And then you're being who you are. Does that make sense? Okay, so how are you showing up in your life, and how are you showing up in your work? With your people that you work with, are you being real with them? Are you being authentic? So, I just saw a program and I thought it was very interesting. This woman, Brené Brown, said vulnerability is the birthplace of everything we hunger for. Everything we hunger for comes from the ability to be vulnerable. Mindset is everything. The difference between the CEO and the janitor is mindset. The difference between the CEO and the janitor is mindset. How you think, and then how you focus, and then how you plan, and then everything else falls into space. Does that make sense? If you think you can't do it, you can't. I have two men that I know, and I know more than two men, but but two men come to mind. One, I'll call him Mr. A. Mr. A thinks like this: my boss doesn't like me. They want me to fail. This is true. They want me to fail. I'm too old. I'll never get another job. Life is hard. This is true. Mr. B, I get anything I want. I put my mind to it and I get it. I work hard and I deserve the results I get. Now, which guy is successful, A or B?
B.
B. Why? Because of how he thinks. And that's a true story. They're two completely different people that I know, and one is wildly successful and the other one is not. It's always somebody else's fault. So mindset is absolutely everything. I have one other thing I want to say, and then I have an activity for you guys to do. So I know you're kind of getting itchy sitting there in the chair. So I'm going to get you getting up and walking around a little bit. So hold on, hang in there. There was a study done using men in an assisted living facility. And what they did is they took these guys and they said, okay, I want you to get all of your stuff that you have from the 50s. Your clothes, your memorabilia, pictures, anything you have that's from the 50s. And bring it with you. So they all got their stuff together. And they got clothes from the 50s, and they got books from the 50s, and they got pictures from the 50s. And they put them on this bus, and they took them to like this retreat place. And that's where they stayed for about a month or so. And there they had everything around them was from the 50s. Everything was magazines from the 50s. If there was TV shows, it was from the 50s. Radio shows from the 50s. Pictures on the walls from the 50s. Everything from the 50s. What happened to these men that were on crutches and that were sick and assisted living after being there for a month? They got better. Not completely better, but their blood pressure went down. Their aches and pains reduced. They had a lot of shift. They didn't have to take as many pills. They had a big shift in their health as a result of their mind. As a result of their mind. So mindset is everything. Everything. So how you show up is going to impact what happens in your life. It impacts your health, impacts your relationships, impacts your work, impacts everything. So you get a choice between hiding behind your mask and armoring up, right? We all armor up so that we're showing everybody our armored self and our image and looking good, or being real. And that's your choice. You make that choice every day. You make that choice every second. You make that choice now. You make it tomorrow. You make it every second of your life. Be real. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Get hurt. Get over it. Move on. Okay? So, and does it take... Can you be scared and have courage at the same time? Yeah. Yeah, you can. It takes guts to do stuff. Do it anyway. You only live once. So, now, after you show up, okay, so let's pretend we've all showed up now. We're all showing up, okay? Yes? We're all showing up? So, then we make a plan. The plan has to be very specific. The goals have to be very specific. They have to be timely. They have to be measurable. I'm going to do X, Y, Z by a certain date, and they have to be reasonable, okay? So I'm going to give you guys, can you all write where you are if I give you paper? I thought you were going to have desks, so I have some paper for you. Is everybody ready?
What are we doing?
I'm going to give you a word, and then I want you to write whatever comes to your mind after that word. Okay? Number 1. The word is school. Write down school and then write the word. Number 2, work. And write the word that comes to you after work. Number 3, patience.
Patience.
Patience. And write the word that comes to you after patience. Number 4, discipline. Number 5, money. Number 6, change. Number 7, excess. Excess, E-X-C-E-S-S. Number 9, did I say 9? 8. Number 8, sex.
I was thinking of that. We don't have to get this listed.
Number 9, age. Number 10, love. Now I want you to go back, and I want you to look at your responses, and I want you to mark each response as with a plus or minus, depending on if it was a positive word or a negative word.
What about a neutral word? Like for home, I mean for school,
Well,
I put home, which is neutral. Because I homeschool
positive.
my kids. Okay.
But positive.
Cute.
And then once you've done that, count up the number of positives and the number of negatives.
For age, I put defiant, which I guess would be considered negative.
Negative.
Even though it's sort of meant in a positive way.
Oh.
Age defiant. For change, I put pennies. That is totally neutral.
Okay, plus.
So just put an N.
Okay, you done? How many had 10 positives? Good. 9 positives. Okay. 8 positives. Okay. 7. Okay. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0. Okay, so you guys did pretty good. So now I'm going to have you do one other thing. And this is a writing thing. I want you to write the sentence down. My dream is, and then finish the sentence. Dream big. Dream big. And then write everything you're thinking. Everything. Stream of consciousness, just write it down. Keep writing.
Keep
writing,
What is the
keep
part
writing,
after the
keep writing.
dream? What is the part after the dream that we're?
Just keep writing after the dream.
What? More dreams?
Whatever comes to your head. Stream of consciousness. Just keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. Okay, now go back and circle all of the positive thoughts. Thoughts, all the positive things you wrote after my dream is. Positive, just circle them.
You were circling individual words?
No, the thoughts, the thought.
Like, so each sentence would make up a thought? So each
Yes,
sentence-
yes. Each idea. And then underline the negatives. Underline the negatives. And then add up the positives and the negatives and put the numbers on the bottom of your paper.
Why would anyone have any negatives in their dream? Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so tell me how many positive thoughts. Let me just hear some positive thoughts,
8.
numbers.
5.
6,
4.
9.
In its entirety, it's positive. I circled the whole thing.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
dream negative dreams.
okay,
saying,
good.
I was saying
And
negatives.
negative, how many negatives?
2.
2, anybody else?
1.
1, good. Anybody else? Wow, you guys are good. Okay, well, I'm impressed. Well, I guess I have to throw this card away. I was going to talk about the negatives. All right, so do you know it takes 5 positive thoughts to reduce the impact of 1 negative thought? Do you know it does that? Did you know that? We are hardwired to think negatively, but you guys are doing well. You guys are doing very
That was
well.
the case with compliments and insults. Like if you insult somebody once, you better have 5 compliments
That's right.
to
That's right.
offset it.
That's right. So, all right, so now I want to tell you that there are 10 ways to connect with your inner magnificence. Okay, 10 ways. I'm going to give you one way right now. Okay? There are 10 ways. And this is a visualization. So close your eyes. And I want you to visualize yourself walking down a path, and it can be a gravelly road, it can be a dirt road, wherever it is that you feel comfortable. And you're walking and you're walking. And now the sun is shining very brightly, and you're in an open field, and you can feel the grass beneath your feet, and you feel the wind against your cheek, and you hear the birds, and you hear a little brook gurgling on the side. And you see children playing quietly. And you walk along, and now you keep walking, and you find yourself in what you consider a very beautiful and safe place. And it could be whatever is special to you. It could be outside, it could be inside. It could be at the beach. It could be at the park. It could be in your den. Anywhere that is special to you. And notice what is around you. Notice the texture under your feet, the surface that you're standing on. Notice what you see around you. If it's inside, the colors of the walls. If it's outside, the colors, what's around you. Is it trees? Is it water? Notice the wind against your cheek. Notice the smell of the air. the sounds you hear, and how you feel so comforted in the sacred space that is for you. And you sit down comfortably on a surface, and it could be a chair, it could be the ground, it could be a blanket, it could be a sofa, and you're comfortable now, and you feel totally at peace here. And as you breathe in, being very comfortable, in walks someone to sit down across from you. And this is a person or a being that you feel is very wise. It could be someone in your life, it could be someone that you met long ago, it could be someone who's passed, it could be a spiritual entity, anyone that you feel is very wise and you feel very safe with. And this person takes a seat. And you take that person's hands and you look into this person's eyes and you feel totally and completely loved, understood, and safe. And you have a question you want to ask this person. A question about your life, about your business, about anything that you want to ask. And you ask this person a question, and then you listen to the answer. And go ahead and do that. And when you're finished asking whatever it is you want, thank this person, hug this person, kiss this person. And then the person leaves. And know that you can come back to this room anytime, to this space anytime, and visit with this person for guidance. And now you're ready to leave, so you get up and you leave this space and you come back. You're walking through the grass, walking through on the path, the gravelly road, and you're coming back here. And on the count of 3, you will open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, you're back. How was that?
Soothing.
Soothing? Okay. Did you get your question answered? Yes? Was it something different than what you thought it would be? Hello?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Was it different than what you thought it would be?
Yes.
Yes. How so?
It just appears obvious to me now. The answer.
Okay. But it wasn't obvious before.
No,
Okay.
but it's obvious now.
Okay. Good. Anybody else? Nobody else? Okay. So this is one way of getting into your magnificence. Okay? To to think a different way, to think outside the box. Thinking outside the box is really important because when we think inside the box, we're stuck. Okay? And that's how we don't show up, is being stuck. And thinking outside the box is very important. So that was one way to get outside the box, and I have 10 other ways, or 9 other ways to get outside the box. And I want to do one other thing with you, and then we're going to close. And that is I want everybody to stand right over here. Come on. Watch the wire. And watch the wire. Okay. And I'm going to give you a task to do. And the task is, I want you to walk across the room, and everybody that walks across has to walk across a different way than everybody else has walked across.
I'll go first.
Okay? Okay, go ahead. All right. Okay then. All right, that's one. Okay. Watch the wire.
Next person going sideways.
Next way, next person. Okay. Next person. Okay.
Does it have to be walking or can it just be
Okay, get from there to there, right? Doesn't have to be walking. Okay. All right. Next. Okay.
Next?
You're next. Okay. All right. Okay. Next. Avon lady, come on.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'll go like this.
All right. Okay. Go ahead. All right. All right.
spin?
Ah, there we go. Spinning. Ah, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, has everybody been across? Stacy?
Me?
Yeah. Come on. All right. Okay. All right, everybody take your seat. So what was your takeaway from that? Anybody?
We're all distinct.
We're all
Yeah, you can
distinct.
tell a lot of personality.
A lot of personality. What else?
Unique.
Unique. How about there's more than one way to get the result you want? How about when you think there's only one way, you're kind of like cheating yourself? How about there's lots of different ways to be creative? I did that exercise with 100 people.
Oh, my.
100 people. That was amazing. They all went across differently. 100 people. It was just astounding.
Can you tell that to my boss?
Yes, I will. We'll talk later. We'll talk later. So, okay. So we talked about how to be who you are, and that's how you show up, right? We talked that there's lots of ways to accomplish the one result you want, right? There was lots of different ways to cross the room. We talked about how thoughts impact how we show up, right? Our words, our beliefs, all that shows up. And I gave you a tool of how, a tool, which I have 9 others, how to get outside of that stuck way of thinking and get into your magnificence. If you are having trouble getting the results you want, or if you're feeling overwhelmed or in fear or stuck, come see me. I am your person. I can help you get unstuck. Give me your information and we'll have a 30-minute free consultation, and that's my gift to you. Thank you very much for showing up today. I wish you well. Thanks. Thank you.